Hello everybody, I hope you're doing well. Today we are gonna end our 2020 Elegance series. I had originally planned to do more content on this topic, and I'm sure I will want to share more things along the way as I learn, but I'm ready to move on to some other topics to share with you guys. So we're ending today on just kind of a roundup of ways that I have been implementing more elegance in my life. And this has been so fun for me because it's kind of reinvigorated and just like helped me feel refreshed when it comes to my closet, my wardrobe. It's just given me new inspiration, new things to work on. So the biggest thing I have done is begun, which emphasize the word begun because this is going to be a long process, but begun to change up my wardrobe. In the past, you guys know I love to thrift. When I thrifted, I would just buy things that were cute because the place I thrift a lot has like these $5 bag sales. So you can put as much clothes as you can get in a bag and you get that for $5. So if I found something cute I liked, regardless of the color, often regardless of if I really needed it or not, I would get it. And now I want to be a lot more intentional with what I purchase when it comes to what color it is, if I even really need it in my closet, and just being more thought out with what kind of pieces I'm looking for when I go shopping, so that I don't have this overabundance of cute clothes, but maybe things that aren't even really my style or I feel comfortable in, or I like, you know what I mean? Like that I need, that I like, all of that. So just, I want to get to the point where I'm like, I love my closet. This is my style. This is what I feel good in. This is like the things specifically that I need. And what was kind of the big inspiration for me as I've been digging into elegance more was I watched some videos by the Daily Connoisseur, which if you don't follow her on YouTube, you really should, because her videos are very beautiful. But she talked about this concept of the capsule wardrobe. I guess that's what she calls it, but just how she only has a certain amount of clothes for each season, and at the beginning of each season she kind of checks, what do I need for this season, and then she wears only a few amount of like dresses and pants and tops, and that's what she has for the season. And what inspired me so much about this was the fact that she's this big YouTuber and she's not afraid to re-wear clothing. Like you will see her re-wear certain dresses in some of her videos. And I think it's just so silly in our American culture where we feel like I have to have so many different clothes so people don't see me in the same thing all the time. And yet so many people in other countries like are grateful and thankful to just have a few clothes. And I mean, I love clothes, I love shopping, so I don't think I'll ever get to the point where I only have like 4 clothing items to wear, or even 10, but I want to pare things down a little bit and not be afraid to re-wear favorite pieces. Like what the Daily Connoisseur said was, they're kind of like an old friend that she pulls out because she's worn it a lot. And I realized as I've tried to pare down my wardrobe, you guys may have seen on Instagram that I went through my closet and I got rid of like a couple bags of clothing, and it felt so good. And so now when I see certain clothes in my closet and I've worn things like a couple times in a week or in a few weeks, like it does feel like a friend. Like I know I feel good in this and I like it and I like the colors. So this is just kind of a new journey I'm going on. I like the idea, like I said, of minimalism and a capsule wardrobe. I don't know if I'll ever fully get there. I just don't think that's who I am, but I want to be more mindful a little bit. Like, is this something that is going to add more chaos and more just too much stuff to my life? Do I need to add this, or is it gonna benefit my closet? Is it gonna benefit my life? And I know that sounds so silly about clothes, but for those of us who love fashion, who love style, and who want to have specific clothes that we feel really good in, I think it's a great way to think about things. So another thing I've been really digging into and loving is I watched a video, again, a lot of these things I'm learning through YouTube, by Tracy Hensel, which I enjoy her channel a lot as well. And she did a video a while back, but I just watched it, on finding out your colors and what works for you. And she talked about the seasons So it's spring, summer, fall, and winter. And I've heard about that a long time ago, but I never dug into it, especially as an adult. And I realized that a lot of the clothes I've been wearing, a lot of the colors I've been choosing have been like colors that have been in style, but colors that are not good for me. And so again, I went through my closet and got rid of even more things that I was like, these are not the right colors. And no wonder, they were pieces that when I would put them on, some of them, not all of them, but some of them, when I put them on, I'd be like, it's cute, but I don't love it. I just feel a little odd in it. And it's probably partially because it's just not my style, or not, I wasn't really sure about the color. So I am an autumn coloring, which is like the pumpkins, the terracotta, the like tomato red, moss green. A lot of these colors, I don't have barely anything of them in my closet. I was tending more towards loving blush pink and loving gray. Gray is like my favorite color to wear. Well, you know what's so funny? In the book I read recently on finding your seasons, they said autumns should not wear, and I quote, gray or any shade of pink. Well, goodness gracious, I've just been wearing the wrong colors. I can wear coral and I can wear peach, but not pink, if that makes sense. So I'm learning so much, and I know these are just guidelines. They're not rules. I don't have to stick to them. But when I go back and I look at pictures of myself in, for instance, blush pink, I don't look that great in it. This summer, I bought 2 tank tops from Target, a blush pink one and a terracotta kind of rusty colored one. So I didn't have anything in my closet that terracotta color, and I put that tank top on, and while we were in Idaho on our trip, I was like, wow, I feel really good in this color. I don't have anything this color, but I just feel good in it. I couldn't explain it. And like, you guys can see these pictures and the difference between these 2 tops. And so that kind of got my mind spinning about, that was the very beginning of a little like seed in my brain of like, what colors like look good on me? Like, I need more things this color because I don't have very much of anything. I used to wear more kind of those earthy tones, and then I think I kind of got sick of them, and we kind of had this trend of pastels being really in style, like the mint green and the blush pink. Those things were really in style and have been for a while, and I was like, okay, I want to wear those things, but those colors don't really look good on me. So I've been enjoying the seasons, learning about the seasons a lot. And what's awesome is if you do dig into finding out what your seasonal coloring is, you also will learn about like your skin tone and if you're warm toned or cool toned. And that's really great to figure out for makeup for a lot of things. So I'm gonna link Tracy's video down below if you wanna go and watch it. Okay. The next thing I've been changing up my wardrobe with, I shared this on Instagram, and this is huge for me, you guys. I shared that I'm gonna be cutting down on wearing leggings as much because this is my thought. Leggings are an interesting clothing item. They're very comfortable, so comfortable. You feel like you're in pajamas, and they have that cute athleisure look. But it is a little strange when you think about the fact that we're walking around in something that is like so skin tight, almost as skin tight. They're thicker, but as skin tight as like a pair of tights or nylons. And it's a little interesting that every shape of our, every shape and curve of our body is out for view. And I realized that, you know, maybe it's not the classiest thing for me to wear leggings all the time. Not that I would wear them to church necessarily. I think I probably have a few times, but more so, that I would wear them a lot of times, like going out grocery shopping, doing this, doing that. And I don't think there's anything like inherently wrong with it. I mean, there is the thought of, is it the most modest thing to wear, especially if you're not covering your bottom area? But just the fact that I would like to, as I'm trying to implement more elegance into my life, I would like to dress in a way that is more appropriate for the occasion. So what I mean by that is, okay, wear the cozy, comfy things when I'm at home, or when I'm exercising, or just for casual things. But when I'm going out, how do I want to present myself to the world? How do I want to look? I would like to look more put together. I love dressing up. I love looking pretty. Like, that is fun for me. But sometimes in the back of my mind, I think if I get dressed up too much, then people are gonna be like, why are you dressed up too much? Like, and draw attention to myself. But if I like dressing up and I feel nice dressing up, then who cares what people think? And maybe they'll get to the point where they're just like, oh, Molly is just a type of person that dresses up. Like, and as I've kind of done research about elegance in the past, I've seen that women in the past definitely had clothes for the occasion. We have lost the concept of clothes for the occasion. You can wear anything and everything anywhere. You can wear a sweatshirt to church and no one's gonna say anything. You can wear your pajamas to the grocery store. Do you remember when that trend was to wear plaid baggy pajamas and it was like the coolest thing? And I remember wearing them to the grocery store. Oh my goodness, let's forget that trend. But I would like to, especially as I get older, you know, I think it's different when you're in your 20s or whatever, but I'm 31 now, to dress a little bit more classy and more elegant for the occasion and just have fun with that. Feeling like, okay, like, you know this idea of whenever you go out and about and you look really nice, you will not see anybody you know. Whenever you go out and about and you look a little junky and you look a little homeless person, you're gonna see 10 people you know, and they're all gonna stop you and chat with you, because I know this happens. So why not feel confident and feel ready to see anybody at any moment because I'm looking presentable. Not perfect, not like dressed to the nines, but just presentable. So I'm really, really enjoying that. So with me changing up my wardrobe, something else that helped me discover that I didn't have to just wear leggings to be comfortable was the discovery that dresses are actually pretty comfortable if they're loose fitting, not tighter ones are not, yeah. I used to wear those like bodycon dresses, and those are not very comfortable and they're not very forgiving either, especially after you have 2 kids. So I've been wanting to slowly add more dresses into my wardrobe, and I can wear a dress with a sweater over the top. I can wear a dress with leggings or tights or boots and feel just as comfortable as if I was just wearing the leggings and the sweater by themselves. And I will wear jeans more, and yeah, I have other pants that are not jeans, but they're like comfy pants as well. They're nicer than leggings though. So I want to add more dresses into my closet. I also went out and bought, wow, this brings back my younger days, a pair of nylons, and I couldn't believe I did it. I wore them to church the other day and I was like a little self-conscious because I was like, I know that these are not cool, but I thought this is gonna make it more possible for me to wear dresses in the fall and the winter and not be freezing, because I've noticed this about myself living in the Pacific Northwest. In the summer, I will wear the cute summer dresses because it's warm out. In the winter, I tend to get more casual because I don't want to be cold. So I thought, you know what? I need to get a pair of nylons that will match with anything and everything, and I can wear them to church on Sunday. And hey, if the princesses, if Kate Middleton wears nylons, then I can wear nylons, and who cares if people think they look silly. Usually I wear the nylons and then I wear socks over the nylons and then put my boots on. So yes, I'm into the nylon club. I also have plain black, like opaque tights too, and I'll maybe someday get some more tights as well to add to my collection, but probably at home, I will want to wear leggings underneath just to be more comfortable, because we all know tights are not the most comfortable thing. Another elegant tip I've been implementing in my life is to figure out what is like the bare minimum basic amount of makeup that I can wear and feel presentable, especially on the days that I clean houses. That's my job. Most times I would not wear any makeup at all because I'm like, I'm gonna sweat it off, like it's not gonna look great. I'm just cleaning people's houses for them. But I figured out if I just curl my, this is the bare minimum. If I just curl my lashes, because they just tend to stick straight out, and I pencil in my eyebrows, then I will look a lot more fresh-faced and put together than if I do nothing. And then if I want to add mascara, I can on some days, but the bare minimum is curling my lashes and even maybe putting a little Vaseline on my lips. I love Vaseline, but coloring in my eyebrows goes to the nth degree to make me look 10 times better. It helps a lot to just have that so simple makeup routine ready to go in your mind. And also, as I have been adding more quality skincare products into my routine. I shared on Instagram, I've been using Paula's Choice skincare and I've been loving it. It has helped me so much more feel like I don't have to wear a lot of makeup all the time because my skin is not breaking out as much. I've also been adapting my what I'm eating and trying to eat better, so I think that's helped as well. But the more my face broke out, the more makeup I felt like I needed to wear. I felt chained to, I need to put foundation on, I need to put this and this on. And so it's helped me a lot more. My face still breaks out and I feel the need to cover it up. And overall, I do look better if I put on like a CC cream because I do have redness around my nose and large pores and you know, my skin is not perfect. But I don't feel like I have to do it all the time, especially in the summer when it's warm out. In the winter, I'll probably tend to wear it more. But yes, that basic makeup routine and upping my skincare has helped immensely. Okay, another thing I've been doing, and this has been fun with my kids, is to help them learn more manners and better etiquette and like what is appropriate for us to say. Let's not joke about potty words and that kind of stuff. Let's find other things to talk about. Let's put our napkins on our laps. Let's do all those things. We've been reading also the Connoisseur Kids book, just here and there, off and on, and that's by the Daily Connoisseur. And it's been super helpful. It's helped refresh my mind of appropriate things to do, manners, what are good manners. And also I've been trying to implement more into their lives, ways that they can help in the house, like sweeping the floor and helping with the dishes. I just hadn't been in a good routine with that. I mean, they're big enough to help, but a lot of times I would just do it by myself and tell them, let them play or say, go get in your pajamas. And I've been trying to have them help me a little bit more. Overall, the concept of being a better homemaker has been part of this Elegance journey that I've been on. Just wanting to invest more time into taking care of my home, setting the table nicely, not all the time, but some of the time, and just cooking and baking more, just not to like an extreme, and it's not like I become Betty Crocker or anything, but I lost a little bit of my homemaking desire within me when I became a single mom. And I feel like this is slowly kind of re-upping again in my life. I used to love to bake and to cook and do all those things, but that was before I was a single mom. I only had one kid, I wasn't working, and my life has been a lot busier now. But as I've tried to take care of things a little bit more, even just a few weeks ago, the kids and I cleaned out the garage. And that was so encouraging to do. Now it's maybe getting a little messy again, but it was so bad. There were spiders everywhere. It was when I go in there, I'd feel embarrassed if the garage door was open. I would just hated it. And getting that done just made me feel like a sense of accomplishment. It made me feel like, okay, I'm being responsible. I'm taking care of my stuff. And I think that's part of being elegant. I think that's part of being, of course, it's part of being a good homemaker. But like I said, I kind of lost that a little bit with the craziness and the busyness and feeling more like I didn't want to prioritize homemaking as much. And I didn't even necessarily see the value as much in it because I kind of got down that train of feeling that homemaking was, I don't know, old-fashioned or a thing of the past or not very important because I was consumed with like, when I have free time, I want to do YouTube stuff. I want to do this. Like, I don't want to do that kind of stuff. And I think there's a balance in all things and we all have different interests, but I just want to prioritize that more. I think back on my childhood and how my mom was so wonderful with cooking healthy meals, always having dinner ready on time, keeping the house clean, also always looking beautiful and presentable. And I would love to be like my mom more. So shout out to you, Mom. You're a good example to me. I just think as a kid, I took those things for granted, but now I see the huge value in them because you're loving your family when you take care of your home, when you provide good meals, when you're not scrounging around for dinner all the time, though we still will scrounge around for dinner sometimes. It's a way to love and care for your family. And there's this concept, I don't know where I heard it, but I wrote it down in my phone of finding that there is, how did I word it? That in the mundane moments, there's holiness. Just the concept of that when we are doing those mundane tasks, we can become more like our serving others. And we are, you know, when Jesus said, what you do unto the least of these, you do unto me. That's just such a good reminder that it's not always the big grandiose things out for everyone to see. It's the day-to-day obedience to God and the day-to-day being good stewards of what he's given us. And man, is that convicting to me, because I tend to be lazy. I tend to not always be very well structured or organized with things, but it's definitely an area that I want to grow in and mature in. And I know that I will find more joy and more peace as I take more responsibility with the roles and the things that God has placed in my life. So that's where I'm going to end this 2020 Elegance series. I know it was only a couple videos, but I hope you enjoyed it with me as well. I'm sure I will have more to share in the future. And if you don't follow me on Instagram at mollys.story, I share things on there as well, more like on stories and stuff as I learn things, or I'm working on elegant things like with my closet and my wardrobe. But I hope you guys enjoyed this series. If you don't subscribe already to my channel, please subscribe. Please join with me as I encourage women to be countercultural and to find fulfillment in Jesus and find fulfillment in who God created them to be. Okay, you guys, talk to you later.